and Ijara town have access to reliable electricity? Number 2, does the government have plans to compensate affected businesses in Masalani town and Ijara town following massive losses of produce incurred, especially by vendors who sell perishable commodities? Number 3, what plan is the government putting in place to install a power station in Masalani ward and Ijara to provide stable and reliable power connectivity in Masalani and Ijara wards, given the current and reliable connectivity is from Hola Town, Tana River County? Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Next order. As we wait for the next order, let me take this opportunity to recognize the presence of Bavuni Secondary School from Bahati constituency in Nakuru, who are seated in the public gallery. And on my own behalf and that of the entire National Assembly, we welcome the students to the National Assembly. Thank you. Next order.
Order number 8, procedural motion, reduction of application period of a specified bill.
What's your point of order, Honorable Lyungi?
Madam Speaker, yesterday the chair of internal security gave responses to statements, but you did not give us time to react to the statements. So I wanted to be given the opportunity.
Because I think there was no one to respond to it, and I don't know if the chairperson is here now.
He has just walked back to the back office.
Okay, but you just raise what you wanted to raise, proceed on it.
I
remember I said I'll be with you.
Yeah, Madam Speaker, the chair, Honorable Togos, gave a response to my statement on the circumstances that led to the death of Benjamin Mwaniki Kadengu. And Madam Speaker, I was not satisfied with the response because of the following reasons. Number 1, part 2 of my question was not answered. Number 2, the suicide theory that was cooked is not acceptable. Number 3, the investigations has taken 6 months from the date of the death, and the IO says they are investigating and analyzing reports, and they are waiting for results from government chemists for 6 months. No arrests have been made. Family is not briefed and updated on the matter. I'm told the IO is very hostile to the family, and therefore, Madam Speaker, I request for the following. Number 1, there should be a family meeting for briefing between the county commissioner and the DCI. Number 2, we request for independent investigations from DCI headquarters, not the local DCI from OLA. And therefore, Madam Speaker, I request the chair to take up that matter. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. As I see that the chair had walked out, I think I'll ask the leader of majority to be able, or you're a member of the committee? What's your point of order?
Madam Speaker, thank you very much. My point of order is that I've just raised a statement which is very sensitive in terms of the Kenyan power, and I really wanted a commitment in terms of the number of days or number of weeks from the chairperson of the Committee of Energy or any member of that committee. Second, my other point of order is, Madam Speaker, I want to concur and follow what my colleague have said. Yesterday, we got a report from the chairperson for internal security on my statement I raised some 1 month ago on the missing of Haret Khalif and Abdurrahman on abduction. The statement that the chair of Committee for Internal Security raised, it was too general. I just request your guidance on that matter, because the families of the 2 people missing in the Jara constituency, they request either their people to be given when they are alive or when they are even not alive. So I request at least proper investigation, including multi-secretarial, multi-agency teams to be put in place so that we can get the feedback for the families that are affected. Thank you very much.
Thank you. As the chairperson of Internal Security is not here, but I think Majority Leader will ensure through the whip that that matter is raised, is taken to that committee, and also the Hansard records of what the members have raised, so that we will, at the next sitting, when he's present, we shall ask for a commitment from the chairperson of Internal Security. Thank you. What's your point of order, Honorable Farah? Okay.
Madam Speaker, I wish to add my voice to what the Honorable Member for Ijara has said. One of the biggest landmark, earth-shaking commitment we got from this government and our President, William Ruto, was that there's not going to be any more enforced disappearances, which was the hallmark of the previous government. Can we have the government, through, of course, the chair and everybody here? There are many people who are missing now, who have just been plugged out of the midst of their own homes, and we don't know where they are. We have no problem with the investigations. They could be criminals, they could not be criminals. But the reality of the matter is that we want them to be taken to court. The courts are very lenient. If you need more time for investigation, they'll give you 2 weeks, 1 month, even 2 months they can give you. And then we can know that our relatives, our family members are actually safe. Madam Speaker, there are in excess of 5 people right now in Garissa alone that cannot be accounted for in the last couple of months. And the families are pestering us on a daily basis and telling us where are our family members. So that is the seriousness with which we want the government, as well as the parliament and the committee, the relevant committees, to take this matter. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, let's proceed with the order. There's a procedural motion. By the Chairperson, Appropriations Committee.
Thank you very much.
Back to order number 8.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I wish to move that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 120, that this House resolves to reduce the publication period of the Supplementary Appropriation Bill, National Assembly Bill number 32 of 2024, from 7 days to 1 day, Honorable Speaker. The justification for this, Honorable Speaker, is that, as members are aware, we are burning midnight oil to complete the processes ahead of us. Yesterday, members left here almost at midnight because we are trying to do justice to our country insofar as processing the supplementary estimates, the budget estimates for 24-25, the division of revenue bill, and all those associated motions, Honorable Speaker. And for that reason, as members are aware, during a period when we have a budget cycle like now, actually what happens is that IFMIS technically does not work, because we could end up affecting changes, which then the IFMIS is also releasing funds on the other side. And for that reason, we need the country to operate properly, the Treasury to operate properly, and the more the reason to hasten the conclusion of the supplementary estimates so that IFMIS can start working normally, and so that the monies that we are appropriating in the supplementary can come out, and especially also so that we can be able to fast-track exchequer releases for critical areas like NGCDF and the others, Honorable Speaker. And I request Honorable Osoro, who is our very able whip, to second this motion.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, as I said yesterday, we have a limited time in this session, that we'll have sittings only this month, and early next month we'll again go for a short recess. And that then means that we've got to sacrifice in everything, including condensing what we consider vital so that we can be able to finish everything in time. And that is why this publication of the supplementary appropriation bill should be reduced at least from 7 to 1 day, so that again we can be able to dispense of the main budget for this financial year, Honorable Speaker. So for that reason, I beg to second. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
You have seconded? I didn't hear I beg to second. Let's proceed. Honorable members, I now propose the question that pursuant to the provisions of Order 120, this House resolves to reduce the publication period of the Supplementary Appropriations Bill, National Assembly Bill number 32 of 2024 from 7 days to 1 day. I think I can allow one contribution from Honorable Nyikal before.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I think the process we have is understood that we may have to move things faster, and therefore to that extent I support the change, the fast tracking of this. But Madam Speaker, there is something we should take as a general principle. I know we are moving very fast, and even to the next item, the budget 2024 will move very fast. But I think it's an important principle that actually members get to know the document. This document has actually just arrived. I know it is exactly the same as the one we discussed yesterday, but you know that sometimes what you discussed yesterday may not be exactly the same. So I think in future, we need to actually give more time so that members can at least peruse. If something was changed from yesterday, how do we know? So I think that's an important part, but for this, I support.
Thank you. Honorable members, I now put the question that pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 120, this House resolves to reduce the publication period of the Supplementary Appropriations Bill, National Assembly Bill number 32 of 2024, from 7 days to 1 day. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many as of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Order number 9, the Supplementary Appropriation Bill, National Assembly Bill number 32 of 2024, first reading. A bill for an act of parliament to authorize the issue of certain sums of money out of the consolidated fund and their application towards the service of the year ending on the 30th June 2024, and to appropriate those sums for certain public services and purposes. Order number 10, the Supplementary Appropriation Bill, National Assembly Bill number 32 of 2024, second reading.
The mover.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I beg to move that the Supplementary Appropriations Bill, that is the National Assembly Bill number 32 of 2024, be now read a second time. Honorable Speaker, the bill before us is, as Honorable Nyikal has put it, is exactly what we were debating yesterday, Honorable Speaker, and I do not need to belabor the point. The point is that, Honorable Speaker, that we are now having a supplementary tool. Generally speaking, it is for tidying up the government financials, and especially giving cognizance to the fact that we are crossing the year in June in a few days' time, and a lot has changed, and especially around interest rates, Honorable Speaker, and therefore we had to revise our CFS to reflect the current dynamics in the interest rates market and also in the exchange rate market, Honorable Speaker. And for that reason, we will be moving to the Committee of the Whole House, Honorable Speaker, so that members can get a chance to contribute even to the specifics, Honorable Speaker. And therefore, I do not wish to belabor the point. all the points that we gave yesterday stands. That the appropriations that we are doing today is adding Kenya shillings 4 billion to fertilizer. It is adding, Honorable Speaker, some money to the security agencies, Honorable Speaker, it into flood mitigation and issues around supporting Kenyans who have been heavily affected by the vagaries of the weather and excessive rains. And Honorable Speaker, we are also getting this money from what I insinuated there before, from especially CFS, where we anticipate to pay lower than budgeted in the supplementary one interest rate for our financial obligations, both domestically and externally. And therefore, Honorable Speaker, also, it is the same appropriations bill that will be giving authority so that the bodyguards and drivers for the members of this House also get their fair deal of arrears that have been pending from January. As members know, these are members with their own families, they have their lives, whereas other civil servants are facilitated. The bodyguards and drivers in this House, Honorable Speaker, have not been receiving their dues due to the constraints of money, Honorable Speaker. And in appropriating this supplementary to, Honorable Speaker, will be giving authority that they get their fair dues that are from January to date, among many other things that I talked about. Honorable Speaker, generally, this was just to put resources into where the Kenyans are, that is farmers, that is why there is fertilizer, in the education sector, in the security sector, the core of any administration and government and state, Honorable Speaker. And without further ado, I wish to move and request the Honorable Mary Emase. I request the Honorable Mary Emase, who is the chairperson of the Budget and Appropriations Committee, to second this motion of the appropriations bill for the supplementary two. The Vice Chairperson.
I second.
Honorable members, I now propose the question that the Supplementary Appropriations Bill, National Assembly Bill number 32 of 2024, be read a second time. Minority Leader, you may give you a few minutes.
Whereas I agree, Honorable Speaker, that we need to put the question, I thank you for indulging me so that I can say one or two things. First and foremost, I want to commend the work of the Budget Committee in the last couple of weeks.
Chairperson, Budget, you're being addressed.
I don't know if he's listening to me. Members are hearing.
Proceed.
Honorable Speaker, I wanted to say that I needed to commend the Budget and Appropriations Committee for the good work they have been able to do in the last couple of weeks. I can see my friend Babu Owena is there. I don't know who else is here. Members of the committee. Hey, Mashako himself, the chairman of the CPC. Honorable Atandi is there. Honorable Ruto, Odinga, and many other members who have done an exceptional job in the last couple of weeks, trying to deal with very serious issues. First and foremost was the issue of mediation, then on the Division of Revenue Bill, and then they have dealt with the issue of the main estimates for the next financial year, and now they've been able to deal with this issue of supplementary estimates too. Honorable Speaker, as I commend the committee under the able chairmanship of my good friend, the Honorable Ndindi Nyoro, let me say one thing. We have got a problem still with monies earmarked for political parties. Honorable Speaker, you will recall that in supplementary estimates 1, monies that had been budgeted for political parties funding was reduced from 1.4 billion shillings to a mere 600 million shillings. That is a reduction of a whopping 800 million shillings. The committee has attempted to remedy the anomaly by reinstating back some money, a paltry 200 million shillings, the committee of the budget. And I'm saying this because I'm aware that the parent committee of JLAC had not done justice to the political parties funding in their report to the budget committee. But that is now under the bridge. The committee on budget and appropriations has made some positive steps by bringing back some money. But that is not enough, especially bearing in mind that none other than a court of law gave orders that that reduction in supplementary estimate 1 was unconstitutional, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I don't want to see a situation whereby this House continues to be bombarded with court orders on issues which are straightforward, Honorable Speaker. The political parties fund is a fund which is ring-fenced under the law. Under the law, Honorable Speaker. If we look at Political Parties Act at section 23, 24, 25, it is clear. The political parties fund is 0.3% of the total national revenue, Honorable Speaker. In the same manner, the national government, the whole CDF fund is ring-fenced. The political parties fund is equally ring-fenced. Honorable Speaker, I want to plead that going forward, first and foremost, we need to ensure that in the new financial year, we put in place enough money. We budget for the political parties funding in accordance with the law. But having done so, once we do so, let us resist the temptation to reduce that money in the subsequent supplementary estimates, because we'll be contrary to the law, Honorable Speaker. Political parties are the foundation of our multi-party democracy. Political parties, functioning political parties are the basis of our multi-party democracy under the Constitution. And we must work extremely hard and ensure as a House that we are not part of the forces that are being seen as negating the spirit of multi-party democracy, which is enshrined in the Constitution. I hope and pray as I conclude that in the monies that have not been reinstated for the political parties funding are going to find their way in the main budget for the financial year 2024-2025. It is incumbent upon all of us to do so. Honorable Speaker, you know, sometimes people can argue, but let me tell you, the day you will kill political parties, and I can see Honorable David Ochieng, who is one of the political party leaders, is looking at me. Yes, Honorable Ochieng, you agree with me that political parties are critical institutions of governance, and they are institutions that we must strive to strengthen as a House. As a House, I want to, and you know, I am a proud member of the ODM party, Honorable Speaker. Not only a member, but a ranking member of the ODM party. And I am hoping that all of us who belong to various political parties will see the sense in ensuring that we protect those parties. The only way to do so is first by funding them adequately. Let me conclude again as I reiterate. Honorable Meli, please allow Honorable Nindi to listen to me. Let me conclude by reiterating what I said earlier on, that the Budget and Appropriations Committee is working under very difficult circumstances, trying to balance budgets under very unfavorable fiscal environment. And I must commend them for the work that they have been doing. Let us continue to support this committee, which is what I would call the mother committee, you know, in this House. And with those very many remarks, Honorable Speaker, I want to support the appropriations bill for supplementary estimates 2. And I hope and trust that this is going to be the last time we are dealing with what is called supplementary 2. Going forward, let us do only one supplementary budget, if need be. Honorable Speaker. Thank you, and I support.
Thank you, honorable members. I now put the question that the Supplementary Appropriations Bill, National Assembly Bill number 32 of 2024 be read a second time. Will as many as of that opinion say aye? Aye. Will as many of the contrary opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
A bill.
Point of order.
A bill for an act of parliament to authorize the issue of certain sums of money out of the consolidated fund and the application towards the services of the year ending on the 30th June 2024 and to appropriate those sums for certain public services and purposes.
Before we proceed, I can see there's a point of order for the Deputy Leader.
Yes, Honorable Speaker, I want to thank you on this, and allow me, Honorable Speaker, to just say one thing, and thank the Honorable Leader of Minority for supporting the Appropriations Act. We want to thank you very, very sincerely on this, and that is the spirit of democracy, where you give and take. And you've raised a very important point. Political parties is the anchor of democracy in this country, and that anchor can never be destroyed. Because if we destroy political parties and the anchor for democracy in this country, then this country will have no direction. So I want to thank you. And it is very important, Honorable Speaker, that political parties must be funded. Because without properly funding of political parties, we will not have strong political parties that we can anchor our democracy and move forward as a country. Honorable Speaker, as I support the idea of having this money in the budget that has been returned to the budget, and that now political parties are going to be funded, it is imperative for political parties to ensure they put important structures to run political parties as they are supposed to be. But as the Honorable Wandai takes that trajectory and moves forward and supports the budget, I would also ask him to look at a budget has two phases. One, the incomes and the outflows. So as you support this, also support the revenue raising measures so that we have enough money to fund the budget and to fund political parties. You cannot celebrate because we have budgeted for political parties and frown when it comes to revenue raising measures. So, Honorable Speaker, I would like to put it on record so that, Honorable, we want to have him on record that he supports the revenue-raising measures for this country so that we are able to fund political parties. I thank you, Honorable Speaker. Now we can move on.
Okay, thank you. Next order. Next order.
Order number 11, Committee of the Whole House.
Honorable members, the Honorable Wandai, the Honorable Yamita, take your seats. Take your seats. Honorable members, let's take your seats so that we proceed with this very important matter this morning. Members, we are in the Committee of the Whole House to consider the Appropriation Bill, National Assembly Bill number 32 of 2024. It is a supplementary appropriation bill National Assembly Bill number 32 of 2024. And we'll start with the schedules, then we'll go to the clauses because the schedules have an impact on the clauses. So we'll start with the first schedule. First schedule. I propose that the first schedule be the schedule of the bill. Honorable Chair.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, I wish to move that the first schedule be amended A, in vote R1071 by deleting the figure 8,818,125,506 in column 3, supply, under the program 0717000, General Administration, Planning and Support Services, and substituting therefore the figure Kenya shillings 9,489,125,560. B, in vote R1071 by deleting the figure Kenya shillings 2,127,400,766 Kenya shillings in column 3, supply, under the program 0718000, Public Finance Management, and substituting therefore the figure Kenya shillings 386,400,766. C, in vote R1071 by deleting the figure Kenya shillings 74,040,000 in column 3, that is supply, under the program 0719000, Economic and Financial Policy Formulation and Management, and substituting therefore Kenya shillings, the figure Kenya shillings 124,040,000. D, in vote 1071 by deleting the figure Kenya shillings 1,686,784,580 in column 3, supply, under the program 0717000, General Administration, Planning and Support Services, and substituting therefore the figure Kenya shillings 1,086,784,580 shillings. A, in vote D1071 by deleting the figure Kenya shillings 5,677,875,310 in column 3, that is supply, under the program 0718000, Public Financial Management, and substituting therefore the figure Kenya shillings 6,977,875,310. In vote D1071 by deleting the figure Kenya shillings 3,292,790,000 in column 3, that is supply, under the program 0719000, Economic and Financial Policy Formulation and Management, and substituting therefore the figure Kenya shillings 3,612,790,000. G, by effecting the consequential amendment therefore. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Chair, just for the comfort of members, at a time like this when we are working with so many documents, what we do at the end of it is clean up. So what you are just doing is realignment and clean up. There is nothing consequential, and that is why the sum total is zero sum.
Thank you, Chair. I now propose the question that the first schedule be amended as proposed by the Chair. Honorable Nyikal.
Whereas I agree with the Chair that at this time we're just actually doing alignments, but does it mean, we have it on record, that actually this does not mean any fine change in the amounts that in the areas that are affected, so that everything remains as we saw them yesterday when we were discussing the document?
Chair, confirm that these are what we passed yesterday and that no vote is losing or gaining.
Thank you very much, Daktari and Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, I can confirm authoritatively that this is just pure cleanup. If you look, as you check, Daktari, this is just pure movement from possibly recurrent to development. It usually happens all the time, and there is no consequential change.
I therefore put the question that the first schedule of the bill be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many other opinion say aye? Will as many other opinion say nay? The ayes have it. I now put the question. There is a further amendment by the little majority, if it's in the House. Yes, Majority Leader.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Chair, having consulted with the Chair and the Chair of Education Committee, and considering that we have only about 3 weeks to the end of the financial year, and the challenges that might be there, foreseeable challenges with the exchequer releases, we have agreed that the concerns that were there on these figures for university funding are issues that we can address in the next financial year from next week. I therefore wish to drop this amendment after consulting with the two chairs.
Thank you so much. So the amendments by the Honorable Majority Leader are hereby dropped. I therefore put the question that the first schedule as amended be the schedule of the bill. Will as many other opinion say aye? Will as many other opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Second schedule.
I propose the question that the second schedule be the schedule of the bill. Honorable Chair, second schedule.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, I wish to move that the second schedule to the bill be amended as it appears on the order paper, that is A, as it appears on B, C, and D, and E in the order paper, Honorable Chair. And again, this is majorly, as you check, it is in the health sector. The chair is here, and also in the education sector. It is exactly the same thing, realignment of the votes, so that we do a tighter job. Thank you very much, Honorable Chair.
Thank you. I propose the question, therefore, that the second schedule be amended as proposed by the chair. I now put the question that the second schedule be amended as proposed by the chair. Will as many other opinion say aye? Will as many other opinion say nay? The ayes have it. Members, I now put the question, therefore, that the second schedule as amended be the schedule of the bill. Will as many other opinion say aye? Will as many other opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clauses 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Members, I propose the question that clauses 2, 3, 4, and 5 be the clause of the bill. Be part of the bill. No amendments. I therefore put the question that clauses 2, 3, 4, and 5 be part of the bill. Will a member of that opinion say aye? Will a member of that opinion say nay? Ayes have it.
Title.
As I propose the question that the title be the title of the bill. Because I know members, I therefore put the question that the title be the title of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of that opinion say nay? The ayes have it.
Clause 1.
I propose the question that clause 1 be part of the bill. I now put the question that clause 1 be part of the bill. Will as many of that opinion say aye? Will as many of that opinion say nay? The ayes have it. You recall that the Honorable Majority Leader graciously dropped an amendment a few minutes ago. I would like, before we finalize this process, to give a chance to the Chairman of the Budget Committee to make a statement of that, what was dropped by the Majority Leader. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair, and I want to thank my brother and our leader, Honorable Kimani Ichung'wah, because we have had a discussion, the same vote that he was very concerned that it was not funded, has been funded adequately. That is the in regards to the recently concluded ADB Bank Group Conference. And just for the record, Honorable Chair, what we have done is to recommend an amendment to the Supplementary Appropriations Bill 2024, National Assembly Bill number 32 of 2024. Honorable Chair, at the vote R1071, there is an emerging need to settle the outstanding pending bill for the recently concluded African Development Bank Group Conference held at KICC. I recommend reallocation of item 1071001302, that is Public Sector Accounting Standards Board, Kenya shillings 240 million and Kenya shillings 172 million from 1071000204 National Government Budget Process 2630-100 current grants to government agencies and other levels of government budget reserve. The Honorable Chair, what you are basically doing is to transfer what I have read into the settlement of the pending bill accrued through the recently concluded African Development Bank Group Conference held at KICC to a tune of the same amount, Honorable Chair, of roughly 450 million Kenya shillings. And Honorable Chair, therefore, there is no change in the overall program. There is no change in the overall budget. It is also just part of the realignment as requested by the National Treasury.
Thank you, Chair. That, members, marks the end of the Committee of the Whole.